Okay, nako. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Ayan, kita na kagad yung ating kasama, yung ating abogada. Good evening ho. Ako po si Sunny Laragan. Makakasama ho rin nyo dito sa ating programang uh, Legal Advice Corner. Siyempre, no? On a Tuesday. It's a happy Tuesday. It's a wonderful Tuesday ho. Second day of the week ho ngayon ng ating linggong ito. I hope, well, I think this is the last week, no? Or last Tuesday of this month na October. Next month ho, pagbalik natin, the next Tuesday, siguro November na yata, siguro, no? Kaya't napakabilis ho ng pag-usad ng araw ho, no? Ng panahon. Kaya't eto, narito kami, no? Kasama ninyo. Okay, pakikilala ko. Ayan, nakatabi niyo na ho. Mga kaibigan, marami ho siyang mga qualities eh. Ano ho yan eh? Siguro, marathoner, mountain hiker. Hindi, you don't say climber kasi climber yata ba? Mas ano, no? Mountain hiker. Ayan, batang-bata hong abogada. And she's a partner of Deo Volente Solicitors. Mga kaibigan, yung ating palagi ang kasama tuwing Tuesday ng gabi. Happy Tuesday. Walang iba kundi si Attorney Dana Quinto. Attorney, magandang gabi sa iyo.
Magandang gabi, Mr. Laragan. Happy Tuesday indeed. And thank you sa nakakatuwa, nakakagising, nakaka-refresh na introduction mo even after a long day at work. It's
Mm.
always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure. Happy Tuesday. We choose to be here, so we're gonna be happy being here. So yes, it's
The
the
pleasure's
last Tuesday of
ours, huh?
October. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Attorney, the
it's
pleasure's
last week.
ours.
It's
Ours.
last week.
Mm.
Thank you.
Oh, then come here. We're
Thank
so happy
you.
having you. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, as you were about it, you were saying something. Go ahead.
No, I'm just sharing your reflection kung gaano kabilis ng panahon. I was looking at my calendar when you said it's the last Tuesday ng October.
Tama nga
Parang
ba?
kahit ako,
Is it nga ba?
ah, tama,
Yeah,
tama
let's
po.
double
30,
check. Tama ba?
October na
Tama
pala.
ba? Oh,
3rd of
last
November.
27.
So,
Yeah, the next Tuesday is the 3rd of November. And
3rd of November.
all oo, 3rd of November. Uh, well,
Ewan ko
malapit
kung
ang ano,
na-move mo na yung oras
hmm.
nyo. Na-move mo na po yung oras nyo. Yesterday, we moved the clocks by an hour. So 8 hours na yung
Oo,
difference na sa Pilipinas. So I'm not sure if that's
sa
for me
Pilipinas.
every yeah,
Oo.
8 hours now. Yeah, we moved
Uh,
the
pero
clock yesterday.
we changed the time ano. No, I think it was Sunday, attorney. It happened
It was
Sunday.
Sunday. Sorry, my God, it was
Oo,
Sunday. Yes,
Sunday. Tapos,
good.
tong Monday, bala 8 hours na ang time difference natin sa Pilipinas, no? Medyo,
Correct. Yes.
which is good. If it's evening, mga 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning sa kanila. Gising na yung
Correct.
mga tao ron, mga, di
Wow.
ba? Mga 5:30 lang, gising
Oh,
na.
ah,
So,
sana
nakakatuwa
makasama na
naman.
natin sila ngayon.
Oo. Uy, malapit na ang All Souls Day dito, 'di ba? Halloween, no? Halloween na yun, 'di ba? Dito. Pero
Yes.
meron akong friend na who passed away 26 yesterday. 7 o'clock, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning daw yata. Siya ang dating
Goodness.
hepe ng ano ng SSS. I don't know if you know him. Si attorney tuloy. Si si Jun Resio. He used to head the the social security system dito. Yung mga private pensions yung ating 'di ba? Yung government pension natin. So
Yes.
siyang happy niyan. Oo, so he
Uh,
passed away uh, na-coma daw. So maraming mga who passed away, no? So itong mga
sincere
nakarang
condolences to the family.
Si Jun Resio, we love him. He's been there. He's been a very good friend of mine, attorney. We've been together in we've been to many places. We've watched Manny Pacquiao fight twice, no, in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Uh, yes, so
Wow.
we've been to the Isle of Wight. We've been to all the barrio fiestas together. We've sayang, no? I miss the guy, That
Yeah.
oh, so
Sincerest
June,
condolences. I was saying, I'm sorry to
oh,
hear about your loss, and I'm sorry to hear of the
mm,
passing of what seems like a good gentleman. Seems like good fun, and Sana, he's
mm.
resting place now. So yeah, sometimes you'd like to think of them, and you celebrate their lives now when you're talking about the memories of Barrio Fiesta. We didn't have Barrio Fiesta this year, no? Hindi tayo
Wala,
naka-Barrio
oo.
Fiesta.
Walang Barrio Fiesta because of the COVID.
because
Oo.
of COVID.
But
So
I've been to all the Barrio Fiestas. Siguro lahat yata na Barrio Fiesta sa UK noon. There was a time when about 80% or 90% of the Barrio Fiestas, I was the MC, no? From Bradford to
galing.
Newcastle to Leeds. Yeah, oh, Leeds. Lahat yan. Do. So napunta ko until we set up the station sa Paris, France. No. And doon naman ako nag-MC na Paris,
Wow,
France, Amsterdam, ganyan, no. So,
that's
yes,
very
attorney, it's nice. Actually, kami natutuwa eh. Kung ikaw natuto ha, siguro mas doble ang tuwa
good.
namin when we see you, no, dito sa ating show dahil it's wonderful. That smile that you have, very infectious. And of course, the knowledge that you impart to us by way of the legal matters, no? We have so many yung ating mga viewers katulad ni Ma'am Cora Carsola, sabi niya talagang
Mongkora.
nakatutok siya na, 'di ba? Because of this educational thing that we have. At well, educational and also they want to see you, no? Parang may mga fans mo yan eh. Natutuwa sila. Uy, andyan na naman si Attorney Dana, no? So, Attorney, how
Para
was your
sa akin
week? How was
parang
your weekend
umuwi
nga
ako
pala?
sa Pilipinas. Sorry? Sorry?
How
Ano
was your
pa?
weekend nga pala, Attorney? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Kumusta ka?
Oh,
Kumusta ang weekend mo?
I
Hmm.
did something quite, so, kaano ko naman yun eh, we can, kumbaga, isang support bubble ko siya, so,
Hmm.
we can socialize, just so, we were following, COVID restrictions. I think extra precaution, we're talking about extra precaution, extra precaution, these days. So we only really socializing sa bubble namin sa work. So I saw yung good friend ko over the weekend and her husband. So yeah, so classic. Just spend time in a long walk sa countryside. That was really nice. Alam mo naman,
Oh, that's good. All
yung
right.
tita na tayo eh. Kumaga yung titang-tita talaga nag-long walk nung Sunday.
Wow.
So yeah,
Hindi,
we
maganda,
had a bit of
maganda yan, maganda yan.
whiskey
Ah,
tasting sa
sorry?
bahay lang nila. Whiskey tasting, nag-ano sila ng whiskey
Whiskey
tasting.
tasting. Umiinom ka ba
Sa
ng whiskey,
bahay, sa
Attorney?
bahay. I do.
Nakakainom ka rin?
I actually do.
Really, oh?
I'm not trying to be pretentious, but weird
Mm,
na story a long time ago just to share. Kasi mahilig nga po ako sa Scotland, di ba? Because of
mm,
hill walking at hiking. And what's
yeah.
so isa pang kilalang Scotland is Scotch whiskey. So, isa sa mga
Mm,
trips ko doon, one of my really good friends said, "Look, try
oo.
Scotch. It's for free dun sa distillery nila." So,
Mm,
um, I was really prepared to dislike it, Mr. Laraga. Talagang medyo
oh.
may prejudice ako. Sabi ko, talaga ba? Kailangan ko ba itong tikman? Dahil, sabi niya, libre naman, ikaw naman eh. So, I was like, okay, sige, libre naman pala eh. So, I tried it and I was very surprised na nagustuhan ko. So, ever since, whenever I go up sa Scotland or anywhere. Meron na ako,
Mm,
meron akong soft spot for Scotch. And nakakatawa kasi di ba maliit
first.
ako, tapos mga bata. Tapos
Mm.
every now and again, I'd order Scotch neat, tapos titingnan ko ng masama ng bartender.
Oh, dahil
So,
sino ba to? ID, please.
ordering Scotch
Oh,
neat.
show your
Exactly.
ID. Oh,
Yeah, so,
okay, okay. Oh,
may
good,
soft spot
good,
lang
good.
ako. So, I have a
Hindi,
soft spot
Scotland's known
for
for its whiskey, di ba?
a
Meron ako, there
whiskey.
was di may whiskey, no? I well, meron ano, very expensive yung mga whiskey, ha? Yung mga whiskeys na ano, di ba? Yung mga, there are some whiskeys na parang they market it very, very expensively. I don't know if you know those, because
Single malt.
mga single malt ba ang tawag doon?
Yeah,
All
mga
right,
ano,
oh, okay,
Macallan.
okay.
Yeah, so it's really because para sa akin hindi alam mo hindi yung pang pang toma talaga. You do it for me. I do it on a really good day or on a really bad day. Dalawa lang. So I do it on one of those. I
Right.
have a little one. I have a wee dram. Yun yung tawag nila sa Scotland, a wee dram of whiskey. A wee dram, a little shot of whiskey. So a wee dram of
We
whiskey.
drum. Ganun ang tawag, we
Wee
drum of
dram of
whiskey.
whiskey.
If you have a little, a
So
taste of a
they
little, parang konti lang.
a little taste of whiskey. And talagang
Ah,
ano,
okay.
yung ano, but for me, it's quite na-appreciate ko siya. Yeah, so if
Oh,
you've been to Oban Distilleries, Sky Distillery,
uh-huh.
Talisker. It was Talisker. So Talisker is a bit peaty, but no, naging whiskey tasting session. So, and eto lang little ano lang, na-nerd tuloy
Ano
ako.
pangalan niya? Talisker? Sige, attorney, go ahead. Hindi,
Talisker,
Talisker,
yeah.
how did you
It's
na?
Talisker, Talisker,
Kay,
Talisker,
okay. Oh, going back
K-E-R,
to your
Talisker.
kwento. Talisker,
Yung
okay.
yung whiskey po, it's minsan matitikman mo yung salty, they call it peaty, saltiness sometimes because
Salty.
if the distillery
Really?
sometimes salty, a little bit of a saltiness pag yung distillery malapit sa dagat kasi pumapasok yung saltiness dun sa distillery nila. So there's that element ng taste. So just if you want to
Ah,
have
really?
that
Eh?
weird trivia around. So
Have you tried all the other whiskeys? I mean, more or less, since are you now like a not? I don't want to say that you're a connoisseur, no. But how can you say that you have really tasted them all, and you could say you identified it one from the other? Say, for example, if you they had you
no.
blindfolded, they had you
No, no.
blindfolded. I know, no, okay, 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 all right.
Ano lang ako,
Diba?
na I just enjoy. But I could tell yung flavor profile ko. Pag titignan ko, sabi mo, ay, medyo peaty siya. So, you'd say that, I'm not at all. And then,
All
nakaka-enjoy lang
right.
ako. Pero, I don't. I I've tried a fair few sa yung Scotch by just because sometimes yung mga kaibigan mo they know you like it, so minsan yun yung
Mm,
i-gift sa'yo, yun yung bibigay or yung pagpupunta ka sa bahay nila, they like, oh, try mo nga to kasi di ba gusto mo yan. So, in the
mm.
same vein, exchange mo pagpupunta sila, oh, try mo to. So, you get that, sharing ng mga I don't know, you don't necessarily go out there and buy tons of whiskey just because you talk about it and people start talking about it.
Mm.
It's not necessarily an expensive exercise. It's more people who like going up to Scotland,
Pero,
enjoy drinking it. So
pero other than whiskey, what do you drink pa? Ano pang inaano mo?
I drink wine pag
Ah, wine.
normal
Okay,
na.
wine.
I
Oh.
drink wine. I drink beer as well sometimes. So hindi naman ako hindi ako mapili. Hindi rin ako connoisseur. So it's
Ah,
just
right.
one of the weird things about me na nawiwirdohan yung mga bartender pag order ako ng neat whiskey na walang ice na maliit na mukha akong 12 years old.
Ay, wala ka, hindi on the rocks yan, ha? Hindi on the rocks, ha?
No,
Talagang,
neat.
pure,
It's really light
okay.
neat. And when you say
Ah,
neat,
all right.
it's no ice, no water, no anything. It's as pure as it can get.
Purist.
So try it out. It's really beautiful, beautiful
Oh,
taste.
I should be trying it now. Pero, attorney, brandy. Have you ever tried brandy?
I have tried brandy. I have tried brandy. Really enough,
Pero
I
hindi
have
mo gusto.
tried brandy.
Hindi mo type ang brandy.
Not hindi ako, not my choice.
Ah, right. Well, most of
You
the
like
guys that I
brandy?
know,
It's French, isn't
no,
it?
well,
French.
brandy was a drink. It's not more of because we love to drink it, but it was the drink that was sort of being well used na lang sabihin natin used by broadcasters before. So yung maraming mga broadcasters, mga kaibigan ko brandy because yeah, it's nice for the voice eh, pampaganda ng voice, pampatanggal ng phlegm, ganyan. Oh, pero hindi ko alam yung
Okay.
whiskey. Alam ko brandy, oh. Kaya ako nagtiyaga ako sa Boss Brandy. I don't know kung inabot mo sa Pilipinas yun. Yung pinakamurang Boss Brandy.
You
Ayan, oo,
know.
oo.
They
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
it
with
we were,
whiskey as well. They say that with whiskey pag may konti kang, you sore throat or if
ah,
you're not feeling well.
okay.
If you've heard of hot toddy, which is a bit of hot water, a bit of
Mm-hmm.
whiskey, a bit of honey, and a bit of lemon on
Yes.
the side. And not
Mm.
not a lot. You just drink that. It makes you calm, and then it clears your throat as well. So they call it the
Wow.
hot toddy. So
Ah, well,
it's one of
s-
the yeah,
ayan,
hot toddy.
pwedeng subukan yan, no? Pwedeng subukan yan. It's
There's
good
no one
for the
else.
lalamunan, no? 'Di ba? Pwede sa
Yeah, so
lalamunan.
we're back
Okay, mag-break muna.
to
Attorney, mag-break lang muna tayo, ha? Sorry. And then mag-break lang tayo. And then tuloy-tuloy na tayo sa ating topic, no? For tonight.
Whiskey Advice
Okay.
Corner.
Whiskey Advice Corner. Tama yan. Teka muna, tinitingnan ko yung ating ano. Okay. All right, attorney.
Go
So we're
for
gonna have a
it.
short break, and welcome back sa mga kaibigan. Wag ho kayong alas. babalik ko kami ni attorney. Saglit po lamang.
May problema ka ba sa landlord mo? Baka evict ka na ni kuya. May problema sa mga kapitbahay, sa trabaho. O kaya naman kay mister o kay misis. Away tungkol sa mana, mga may utang, mga aksidente, daing o laban sa ospital or sa NHS. Harassment? O baka naman may stalker ka na gusto mong ireklamo. Punta na sa DV Solicitors para matulungan ka pagdating sa mga litigations at iba pang mga legal concerns. DV Solicitors at Mayfair House, 11 Lurk Street, Bedford, MK40 3HZ. Tumawag sa 01234-350-244 or 01234-225-188 o kaya naman mag-email sa d.quinto@dvsolicitors.com. Visit our website at www.dvsolicitors.com.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating program, si Sonny Larangan ito. Siyempre, kasama yung ating pinakamamahal na abogada na, partner of DB Solicitors. Walang iba kundi si Attorney DANNA Quinto, who also is a medyo siguro semi semi whiskey connoisseur, no? Ayan. So,
I wouldn't,
okay. Wait,
I wouldn't really say connoisseur. Wala, nag-enjoy lang.
pero alam mo,
I appreciate
alam mo
I
yung
appreciate.
talaga, oh, alam mo yung saltiness eh. May mga alam, may at least
The
naalaman natin
fizziness,
na pagka
yeah.
closer ka pala sa ano, no? Oo. Oo, yung
Yeah, the
saltiness.
medyo
Oy, teka muna.
closer. Ay, sasabihin ko
Okay,
lang,
may
bago
greeting.
matapos yung Mr.
Go
Advice
ahead, go.
Corner na
Mm.
segment natin. I'm gonna show you something. Nung break kinuha ko, this is actually a whiskey tasting glass. I don't know if you know
A tasting.
of
When
that.
you say it's not what you really
Oh,
use
yung
for
whiskey.
drinking whiskey. It's a tasting.
You can drink it as well. Yeah, sorry. You can. It's a proper whiskey glass.
Wow.
So you do that because you can smell it. Tapos you can twirl it
Oh, okay.
properly. Tapos yeah, so you do that because
Galing,
you
ah.
smell it a little bit and drink it. So yeah, that's a
I-
whiskey glass, Scotch glass. Yeah,
Ibang shape niya, no? Meron akong glass
yeah,
na marami akong mga wine glasses, may payat, may taba-taba, may
yeah,
pero ibang itsura niya, attorney. It's a different
yeah.
shape, ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Diba? I mean, normally
wow.
may ganun din yung usual na makikita mo sa mga movies, sa ano, but actually,
Mm-hmm.
kung gusto mo talagang mag-delve into like, kung may kaibigan kayo na, ano, it's a conversation piece then
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to smell something. Because
Yes.
concentrated yung smell, the reason being is concentrated, hindi lalabas yung smell mismo. So you drink that and yeah,
Kaya
just a
the
little bit
reason
of
why it has
trivia.
that ano, okay, well, may natutunan tayo. Aside from the law, no,
Sorry.
we've learned a lot of things
Sorry for
about
that.
gears, about yung pinakita mo sa amin parang headscarf na iba
Yeah.
multi ano ba yan, multiple use, no? Na parang
Multi-purpose, yeah.
multi-purpose. Oo. So maganda. Attorney, that's
Yeah.
great. Oy, teka muna, basahin ko muna yung mga pagbati ng ating mga kasamahan
Yes, yes,
dito
yes.
at mahal na mahal ka nito mga ito. Eh. Okay, ito, unang-unang bumati. Good evening, Sir Sunny. Si, pangalan to, si Glow Mary Rose Martinez, no, attorney. And then, ang
Can
next na pagbate ay uh, si Juliet Alviedo Marcelino. Sabi niya, ayan, good evening, Sunny and Attorney Dana. Uy, watching from Plasto.
I
Ayun.
I
Okay, and of course, si Emmeline Rafael, she says, good evening, Sunny and Attorney Dana. Happy Tuesday. Ayun.
Tuesday.
Ito, si Ma'am Cora Carsola, laging nanonood sa atin to, no? Sabi niya, hello, Sir Sunny, Attorney Dana, and all. Ayan, Attorney, Ma'am Cora, good evening. Teacher natin
Alberta,
yan.
good evening po.
Oo, Damer yan. Damer yan. O, pareho kami Damer ni Attorney, mga kaibigan,
Yeah.
ating mga kababayan. Okay.
Going
Uh,
Notre Dame.
ano ito? Nancy Amores
Are
Nicole,
we
will
drum
drum
whiskey
of whiskey. How do
from
you read that? From the Highlands?
the Highlands? No,
From the
I
Highlands.
think that was
Wala.
the
All right.
title. A wee drum of whiskey from the Highlands. Yes, yes.
Hi,
That's
Nancy.
good.
Yeah,
I
we
love
drum.
the
Okay.
Highlands. Nancy's favorite place in one of the most favorite place ever is the Highlands. So yeah,
Uh,
fun.
teka na, sino to? Donna James or an Irish if it's single malt? Hindi ko.
I'm not sure.
Oh, ayan.
I'm not sure
Okay.
actually.
You're not sure. Okay. Hindi ako masyadong marunong sa mga drinks, no? Ang aking beer lang at saka wine, no? Or Anjit Somel. Kasi sa Spain, attorney, napakamura ang wine dyan sa Spain.
Oh yeah, of course,
Bisa,
yeah.
dati, one euro lang. Okay na. May wine ka na, eh, no?
Talaga?
Lasing ka na. Yeah, mura lang sa Spain. Kasi 'di ba most wine producer yan lalo na yung north of Spain, 'di ba? Andiyan yung mga
Yeah,
grapes, 'di ba? Sa north of
that's
Spain.
right.
So andiyan
That's
galing.
right.
Ano ba yung pangalan na? Oh, yung pangalan ng wine ano pangalan nun?
Rioja?
Pangalan ng wine na yun.
Rioja?
Yun. Yes, yan. Oh, Rioja, 'di ba? Rioja pero Rioja, no?
Rioja,
Yes.
they call it
Oh,
Rioja, yeah.
doon. Oh, di ba Rioja yung
Mm-mm.
mga British pero Rioja, no? Rioja. Okay.
Rioja.
Sabi ni
Rioja is the
Ranjit
British,
Sumel,
but it's Rioja.
yes,
Yeah.
the British. They say Torrevieja. They call it Torrevieja. For example,
Torrevieja,
we live
yeah.
in near Torrevieja. Okay, but
I
the
think,
British people would say Torrevieja.
I don't know why.
Vieja. The
Yeah,
J, I don't know. I don't know. They
yeah,
pronounce the J as K,
yeah,
or something like that. So Torrevieja, Rioja. So Rioja,
yeah.
Torrevieja. Vieja.
Yeah.
Ano ba, Vieja? Vieja, Tower, yeah, Vieja ba? Young? But anyway, yeah, hindi ko na
Yeah.
masyadong ano. I have to go back to my Spanish. I'd like to learn Spanish. Before the middle of next year, kailangan marunong na ako Spanish. Good evening, Sir
And I
Sunny and lovely Dana. Yeah, sorry.
no, no, I'm sorry. I was reading Ranjit as well. Yeah. How was
Oh, how was your
your
weekend? In today's subject about Dana's drinking habits, just tune in and all talking about drinking. One thing I never got into. Well, I just drink occasional beer, wine, but I'm not really. I don't drink every day, you know.
No,
Or
it's not a habit. Don't worry, it's not a habit. It's more of
hmm,
only on a really good day, and on a really bad day in whiskey neon. So, but actually, there is a proper legal topic, Ranjit. It's about non-matrimonial
yes,
property. So tune
no,
in, tune
no
in. Yeah,
matrimonial. Basahin ko muna itong last natin. Teka
non-matrimonial
lang.
property. Yeah.
Okay, itong last topic natin
Oh
for
my
today.
God,
Topic
those
tuloy,
would be the
pagbasa.
risky favorites. Yes.
Ayan, sabi niya, good evening, Kuya Sunny and Attorney Dana. Blended Scotch whiskey, oak aged 80 years is nice. And choose your best snack. Best may snack pa. Happy Tuesday, everyone. This is the guy who loves the Tuesday. Ano natin, no? Quote
Hi,
natin. So thank you,
Edgardo.
Edgardo, ha. Mabuhay ka, mabuhay ka.
Correct.
Ayan, may topic si Attorney. So, ayan, Attorney. So let's go ahead. See, ano topic natin for tonight? What are you going to be discussing tonight?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
after all of that drinking and talk about whiskey and all, actually we do have a legal topic, and stemming from last week na sinasabi natin, ano ba yung financial disclosure? We're still talking about divorce. We talked about ano yung kailangan mong i-produce, dokumento na kailangan mong i-submit or ipakita sa kabilang partido. Stemming from that, one of the biggest questions that I normally get, na tanong ng maraming tao sa divorce or generally about divorce law in the UK is, anong mangyayari sa what we call non-matrimonial property? Is there such a thing as a non-matrimonial property? Yung property that I owned before I came into marriage, or came in outside the efforts ng marriage, i.e. na inherit ko, or purely from outside na source. Most of the time, as I've said, it's inherited or gifted to you during the marriage, or pre-marriage, what we call sometimes as premarital assets. In absence of a prenup, ano ang mangyayari doon? So it's always a time and time na question, and one of the favorite topics ng mga divorce lawyers in the UK, because actually walang sure shot na answer. It's a case to case basis. And there are a number of laws and cases, and it's still a developing area of law, where us lawyers use our best legal arguments possible in order to put forward kung ano yung argument ng clients namin in respect of non-matrimonial property. So yes, there is such a thing as non-matrimonial property, so things that are outside the efforts of this partnership. As I've said, sometimes they call it premarital assets, yung mga napundar mo bago ka nag-asawa, or from your previous marriage. And during the marriage, sometimes you inherit a huge portfolio from your parents, or isa ka dun sa mga trust fund babies na mag-aalaga ng wealth ng generation na to. And sometimes the objective of that is not necessarily for you and your wife or your husband to share, but to take care and to move it to the next generation. So may mga ganong concept. Um, yung mga non-matrimonial property can take the form of a matrimonial, but siya mag-change. So it doesn't necessarily turn into it doesn't necessarily, pag non-matrimonial siya sa umpisa, absolutely non-matrimonial na siya until the end of time. So UK law, sometimes non-matrimonial property or premarital assets can change its form, yun ang wording namin, into a matrimonial property kung what we call, and this is actually a legal term namin, mingling. Kung mamimingle mo sa matrimonial property or sa matrimonial life. For example, yung pera mo ay ginawa mong deposito sa bahay, and clearly yung bahay na yon is your main family home. So it's clearly taken the form of a matrimonial asset kasi ginagamit niyo yon day in, day out to provide a roof above everyone, the family's head. So that's something as well na nagkakaroon ng metamorphosis into a matrimonial property. Also, sometimes with the passage of time, you have very, very long marriage, and halimbawa may isa kayong holiday home that you've inherited, or for some reason, or for another reason, you build it up before the marriage. You've been married for 20, 30 years. You go to that property every holiday with the kids. You use that for both sides of the family, husband and wife. Everyone's using that. So through the passage of time, as you grow older, you spend more time there. So you can see na yung feature ng property na yon, which used to be not matrimonial sa yon from years back, you build it up. Actually, more and more na nagagamit ng matrimonial participants, yung nagiging quasi-matrimonial na siya, yung gamit niya is very closely related na siya dun sa matrimonial life niyo, sa family life niyo. So that's the case na nagkakaroon ng feature, ng characteristic na matrimonial property siya. So the takeaway here is kahit non-matrimonial yung umpisa, pwede siyang mag-change into matrimonial property dahil ginamit ng pamilya, minangle sa family assets, or ginamit for a very long period of time. Sometimes as well, it can have the feature of both. Pwede siyang pareho, parang pareho siyang matrimonial at pareho siyang non-matrimonial property. So most of the time, pension, I have a case before na a huge part of his pension was built up before the marriage, and then a certain percentage was built up during the marriage. So yung buong pension pot na yun, the whole pension in itself is both matrimonial and non-matrimonial, matrimonial and non-matrimonial. And we have to get an expert to ask anong percentage relates to the pre-marital period and which percentage relates to the marital period. Now, the next question is, ang pinaka-direct na tanong is, pwede bang akin lang yon? Can I ring fence it? Pwede bang basta pinundar ko noon, akin whatever happens, na pwede ko bang, the term that we use is ring fence. Pwede ko bang itago yan sa scrutiny ng family law? The direct answer is no. As long as you own it, it forms part dun sa laying the cards on the table. And the rule is this. You cannot start ring fencing. Hindi mo pwede itago o maglabas ng asset unless reasonable needs are met from the matrimonial pot. So there's two school of thought. Sabi ng isang judge, okay, let's look at the whole thing and we can adjust. Start tayo sa 50%. We can adjust it depending kung ano yung totoong matrimonial property at non-matrimonial property, bearing in mind reasonable needs. Kailangan both parties are able to satisfy the reasonable needs, mostly being housing needs. So we're talking sometimes big money here or medium to big money, and the judge is saying, bawal maging madamot hanggat hindi natin, that's not their exact term, but that's just my own analysis of it, bawal kang magdamot unless reasonable needs are met. So kailangan this is going into the overall sense of fairness ng UK law. So you can't have a party being so put into a highly advantaged position, dalawa bahay niya, tatlo yung buy-to-let niya, and the other party is just renting kasi ang argument ng other party, the the more powerfully economic spouses, I built this up before my marriage. So depende sa passage of time, depende sa entanglement, so duration of marriage would also have an impact on that. But bearing in mind that if there has been a passage of time and entangled kayo, more so pag may anak kayo, reasonable needs have to be met before we can start putting non-matrimonial property aside. So yung una is they would adjust the percentage. The other school of thought ng mga judges is they would like to know kung ano talaga yung matrimonial property and matrimonial property. But then again, they would still look at reasonable needs muna bago sila mag-set aside ng mga assets before they start setting aside assets. Reasonable needs is very subjective. We had this is a well-known case in family law that obviously a family with a different standard of living may have different reasonable needs. There was a case once, one of my favorite cases na sinaside ko is this is the case, hindi talaga nila namingle yung property. The family didn't even know that yung the wife was the one who inherited a huge sum of stocks, portfolio, etc. 54 million or 100 million, but ridiculously quite a lot. They lived a fairly, I wouldn't say simple, it's not simple, but hindi 50 million or 100 million lifestyle. They lived a comfortable lifestyle. Now, hindi nakakuha yung husband ng 50-50 nung buong pot, but what the court said is kailangan nating bigyan ng enough yung husband. Husband is the one, the lower earning, the less powerful in terms of economic power. They have to provide him for still probably a couple of million pounds no property, so that congruent is the standard of living. But then it's also not 50% ng 50 million. So the court would say, ito, yun ang anuhin mo natin, kailangan muna nating ipatas yung labanan bago yung isang tao could start setting aside assets that they own premaritally. So the same vein, it works on the hindi na ganun kalaki ng mga asset base. So the same, sometimes may mga instances na hindi kaya na hindi ilagay lahat sa pot because we have to use all of the assets para makabili ng dalawang or maka-afford ng dalawang properties for this family. So it's most important probably for most. I don't deal with 100 million really. That's a reality. It's a different ball game. What we deal with mostly is in high street firms. So the advice mostly that we give to the assets is to the usual clients is, look, reasonable needs must be met first before we start ring fencing non-matrimonial assets. That's one of the main leading principle in UK law. So just take note of that. And it's quite important, kaya ako sinasabi, it's quite important to take note as well kung ano yung paper trail ng mga lahat ng assets. That's the reason why last week when I said disclosure is very important, it's very, very helpful for us to review everything and how we can present a fair and suitable proposal on your behalf. So that's really the gist of non-matrimonial assets. There's an issue about mingling it. Some issue of passage of time na pwedeng maka-apekto na yung dating non-matrimonial asset pwedeng maging matrimonial after a period of time. Also, you can't start ring fencing. Hindi mo pwedeng itabi yung isang asset until reasonable needs are met. So that's really all for today in terms of non-matrimonial assets in divorce in the UK.
Okay, nako. Marami na tayong natutunan naman, no? Pero all of this itong mga mingling, this would not come about, attorney, if there is a prenup, no? Sabi mo, in the absence of a prenup, etong mga mingling can happen. For example, this person had money and then eventually made that into a deposit into buying perhaps a house, no, that which is now which becomes the family home.
Correct.
Uh, in the absence, kung may prenup, wala yan, no? Even if you can get your money back, hey, I'd like to get my 400,000 down payment doon sa bahay ating family home natin. Can that be, possible?
You have a higher argument for getting it back kasi kailangan pa rin i-test ng judges kung yung prenup mo is reasonable. It has to be reasonable. So kung reasonable naman yung prenup mo, and tama naman yung you've done it properly, tama yung may legal advice yung kabila, you have a stronger case of getting it back. So what we always say is you still follow yung as much as possible. Obviously, without pwede mo pa rin, if you don't mingle it, it's better. If you mingle it, have like that, better kung deed of trust, an additional document that says that's your share in the property. But it becomes harder. A prenup kaya sinasabi namin review it, lalong-lalo na pag may anak na kayo. Because what tends to happen is mas nagiging financially entangled kayong dalawa. But if you're talking about, especially in prenup, if you're talking about a large asset base, as long as reasonable needs are met, you are highly able to even mingled assets. You are highly able to say that's mine because that's what we intended all along. Yun yung ano mo yun yung evidence mo ng intention yung dalawa. And as long as reasonable yung prenup mo, you can separate your assets.
Sa bagay, when in love pa kayo, no? Walang problema yung mga ganyang separation of properties, di ba? Pagka, di ba, yung ordinary na
Yeah.
nagbe-break na mag-sweetheart, asan na yung binigay ko sa yung, hikaw? Asan yung binigay ko sa yung gano'n, no? Lahat inihingi, pati yata yung biniling brief, ano, di ba? Ganyan yung mga Pinoy. So ngayon, kamukha niyan, pagka love-love, wala pang hindi napapansin, lalo na kung walang prenup, no?
Yeah.
Pero as soon
Yeah.
as this problem happens at ano na, diyan na ngayon
Ay, lahat
hinahanap
yun.
yung mga hinahanap mo, nilungkat mo na, lalo na yung mga non-matrimonial property. Uy, binigay
Talaga.
ito ng kapatid ko sa akin, ha? Oh, meron
Exactly.
itong kotse na to.
Exactly.
Oh, hindi ka
Exactly. And
Gano'n, di ba? Binigay
may
sa
mga
akin ng
may
kotse.
mga
Oh.
yung kotse, may mga dito lalo naman narinig natin aristocracy, yung mga big families who's talaga
Mm.
yung family asset, yung family wealth nila, they're really trying to preserve it for the next generation. So yung
Mm.
intention talaga ng sometimes they put things into trust. And may line ng case law. I don't know if it's because of the British nuances, the way wealth has been developed here over the years. The you remember me saying that for the family law is one of the most powerful, if not the powerful court in England because they can treat an asset kahit hindi sa pangalan mo, halimbawa pangalan ng family trust, they can treat it as your resource. But then how they feel sometimes is that they need to do that para sabihin nila, oh, I'm just going to treat that as your asset. Bahala ka mag-produce ng money because we don't want to upset yung structure ng wealth na to because the intention of this wealth is to be passed down to generation to generation. Steward lang kayo ng wealth na. So sometimes may mga ganong legal principle, but you're absolutely right na it does help. Prenup does help. Kasi yung mga to, yung binigay ni ate, binigay ni tita, binigay ni kuya, yung pinamana ni nanay, ni tatay, all of this, for some reason, and obvious reason, it gets audited pag hindi na kayo ganun ka-in love. Lahat na yan, bumabalik, yung binigay na painting, na yung binigay na whatever, it all comes back. And mas madali kung napag-usapan nyo na, and it's not the most romantic thing in the world, but it's a difficult conversation that would save you exponentially more difficult conversations in the future if something like a breakup of a relationship, which is a fact of life, happens. So that's just my 2 pence, my unromantic idea about about
Oo
relationships.
nga, no? Oo nga, naging unromantic. Iba talaga pagka ano na, no? Pagka magdi-divorce na, no? Ano na, nagkakabilangan na, nagkakaano na, no?
Yes,
Ah,
correct. Yeah.
pero
Mm.
are you guys thorough? For example, yung sabi mo nga, mga disclosure. Pero merong ano, 'di ba? Merong namang mga times na you wouldn't be able to check on all the assets or even, yung mga non-matrimonial property of one of the spouses siguro, no? May mga cases na ano, yung nakakalusot, no?
Then, I'll be honest, yes, hindi perfect. Kahit na yung due diligence niya, as much as we want to try,
Mhm.
minsan talaga, the reality, Mr. Laragan, is people start preparing for this years before.
Yeah, oh, they
They're
prepare
not
kung how to hide it,
ito
'di ba?
ano to walang bato-bato or ano, this is just my experience from cases. And
Oo.
nakakalungkot kasi, you people have been, some of these couples have been married for 20, 30 years. Eh, yung isang
Mhm.
partido pala hindi masaya 10 years ago. 10 years ago pa hindi masaya, hindi lang makalabas or ayaw lumabas dahil yung anak hindi pa nagka-college. A lot of couples
Oh,
talaga namang ano naman sa kanila, eh,
grabe pala
ayaw
'no?
ayaw mag-divorce hanggang hindi pa nakaabot ng college or hindi pa naging 18 yung bata for one reason or another. Siguro tina-try nila na, alam mo yun, bigyan ng maayos na childhood yung mga anak nila. But people would
Oo.
start
Ah,
worrying. The reality is sometimes you can see it. You can see it malinis.
mhm,
Tapos
mhm,
may nawawala 10 years ago pa. Hindi mo na mahabol. So, it's not a perfect exercise. And
mhm.
kung talagang hindi mo ma-prove, eh, hindi mo ma-prove. So, that's the reality of it. Yun yung imperfect din na evidential uh, exploration which is true of anything. Pag talagang gustong itago ng isang tao. Although kailangan nilang i-signan yun yung Form E na yun. So minsan pwede mong alam mo yun kung parang alam sa tingin mo may something, may shenanigans na nangyayari sa likod. You can try making innuendos about it na sana baka manervyos sila at
Mm,
they'll give a bit more sa
yeah.
settlement. So
Mm,
you can try doing that. Most of the time, what you hope is that ang pinaka-biggest source ng information ay yung kliyente mo.
mhm,
The person who knows the other person best ay yung kliyente mo. And that's the reality. So I always ask my client, what do you think? You know this person best. You live
mm,
this with this person for the last 20 to 30 years. Kahit hindi na sila ganun ka in love, what tends to happen is kilala nila yung isa't isa. So that's tactically, you have your biggest source ng due diligence, katabi mo lang, yung kliyente mo lang, and you ask them, what do they really think about dun sa evidence?
I remember, no, yung hindi ko lang ma-exact. I'm trying to look for it, for the information. Si Catherine Zeta-Jones is married to Michael Douglas, and meron yata
Yes.
silang agreement na pinirmahan yata niya. They're not celebrating their 18th or 19th wedding anniversary. I mean, wedding na, no, mga 18 to 19 years na sila mag-asawa.
Yeah.
Parang nabasa ko somewhere that merong condition si Catherine Zeta-Jones na for every year that she's married to him, parang meron siyang guaranteed na pera na siya. I don't know kung 1 million, 2 million, or 5 million,
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you heard of it? Na
I've
parang
heard
ano siya,
of a prenup like that. We've done a prenup like that in yeah. May ganun
kasi
na ano.
babaero
Yeah.
si ano, 74 years old, 75, 74 years old na si Michael Douglas. And so, when they got married, yun, parang she make it a condition na for every year that she's this married to him, may equivalent amount yata or something like
Yeah,
that, eh.
yeah, yeah.
In case na
And
they divorce, parang ganun, no?
correct.
So, yun.
That's
Pwede pala
kind
yun.
ng prenup. Yep. But yeah, we've done something very similar to that. Hindi naman every year, but more of 2, 5, 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yung sa kanya parang she put a price for every year that she's going to be with
for every year.
the marriage as was no
I think
was
you
existing.
don't want to look at it as
Ex-
a price. You want to look at it as a divorce settlement. So you're backward
mm,
engineering kung ano yung divorce settlement nyo. So it's not really a
mm,
price for the marriage. It's more of, okay, para hindi na tayo mag-usap kung magdi-divorce tayo. Ito yung settlement natin for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and so forth. So what it is really is
ayun.
a divorce
Oh,
settlement worked out backwards, rather than a price
okay,
for the
okay.
marriage. So I'd like to think of it that way. Anyway, well, that's how we put it. That's how
Okay.
we sa
Okay.
client.
All right.
In my
Sabagay,
industry.
si Catherine Zeta-Jones is Welsh, no? Ang batas ba natin, itong sinasabi natin, attorney, is effective uh, in all, or is it just for England and Wales? Is it for
England and Wales.
Scottish people as
No,
well?
England,
England and Wales lang.
England and Wales. The Scots have
Oh.
a different, fairly similar, but they have their own independent law.
Okay. So, ibang solicitor sa Scotland, iba rin sa Northern Ireland. Ganun ba?
Correct.
Ayun. So, ang speciality mo, halimbawa, tama-tama, si Catherine Zeta-Jones, pwede kang kuning abogado, no?
Yes,
Pagka,
Catherine
dahil
Zeta-Jones.
England and Wales, di ba? England and Wales.
England
Di
and
ba? She's
Wales.
Welsh, di ba?
I cover Wales.
Oh, she's Welsh. So, ayan. Oh, good. Ayan. Catherine Zeta-Jones, if you're watching,
Catherine
we have here a very young
Zeta-Jones.
lawyer, and she can help you with your divorce proceedings with Michael Douglas. Although you're still strong, going on strong. Pero tama yung sinasabi mo, in marriage, unhappy na, merong 20 years nagsasama, 10 years ago pala, unhappy na, but just doing it for the kids, no? May ganun, mahirap, no? So, pero hindi mo yung ina-advise as a lawyer, hey, if you're not happy, get out of the marriage. Hindi naman ganun, no? If you could work it out, o paano? O magano ka,
Well,
you want to be a saint, go stay on with the marriage, ganun.
we,
Parang
we
ganun.
we have a duty to tell them, have you thought? We don't give an advice. We probably prompt them. Na,
Mm,
have you thought of this? Are you sure with this decision? More of that. You are about to enter a point, not necessarily a point of no return, but when we start talking about this, it will have consequences. So you have to be sure about it. I think with a personal decision, I leave it with them. I more recommend na, have you got a support. Siguro yung extra bit ng advice is to say, have you talked to someone that you trust. And sometimes, depende, ito yung cultural. We talk about cultural nuances, Mr. Laragan. With the Asian
mhm,
family, and I meant it in a broad way because, I work with immigrant communities as well. It's quite different.
mhm,
They would like an elder person, an elder third party, si uncle ganito, or the favorite uncle of the family, the favorite elder of the family. Sometimes I would say, look, you can do this. You can either talk to them about reconciliation or about an agreement. Maybe you don't need to argue about the whole thing. Maybe you just need to argue about the complex legal bit. Pero if you can get an agreement between yourselves without the lawyers, and we have a duty to say that, na it will save you money. It will save you both money. So approach an elder person in your family. Sa atin, maybe may ninong sila sa kasal, o meron silang a common friend na magmi-mediate sa kanila more. And
mhm.
it's just from my experience, Asian communities, there's always that elders na who would be willing to talk to this family and say, can you deal with this without lawyers? Kasi sayang naman, mapupunta lang sa abogado. Hindi ba pwedeng kayo na lang maghati? But sometimes may mga completely and absolutely complicated issues na kailangan talaga nila, for lawyers to hash it out. So, ang idea is that for me as well, in order to preserve yung goodwill, para maka-deliver ako ng value, yun yung important. It's not just to take money. I have to be able, for me, it's important na I deliver value sa service ko. So I'd say, look, itong bits na to, you can talk. I think you can talk between yourselves. Yung possession nyo sa bahay, kung ano yung mga, yung nasa bahay, yung laman ng bahay, perhaps you can talk. It's not, hindi ako makakadagdag sa value ng buhay mo kung ang pag-uusapan ko lang, and I will bill you for arguing about, say for example, a picnic table, or and talaga minsan for sentimental value, I accept yung mga sentimental value, yung mga bagay-bagay. But I always say, dun nagiging important and pertinent yung mga third party na elders. Sabihin ko, ito, pwede nyo naman pag-usapan. I think what you need is a mediator rather than complex technical advice. However, ako din mismo yung magsasabi sa kliyente ko, and I will urge very, very strongly, if I know na may merits yung case niya. I'd say, may merits yung case mo dito. You make your decision, but it's my job to tell you na ito ang kaso mo. These are the strengths of your case. You make your decision. You're the boss here. You're the boss of your life. But it is important for me to know that you understood your options very well before you make a decision. So that's the job, Mr. Elias. It's not the job to make fair decision for them. Our job is to make sure that they make the right decision in one of probably the biggest ever na milestone ng buhay nila. So we take that responsibility very seriously.
Okay, well, kung may mga tanong pa kayo tungkol dyan sa pinag-uusapan namin ni attorney, something about yung mga, sa divorce, law natin sa UK. But we're gonna have a short break, and when we come back, if you have any questions, so we're gonna take them, Mag-hookay nga, Alex, saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%, all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos. %, all natural.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating program. Ayan, ayan, ang pag-ibig, grabe, hindi niyo basta-basta sabihin, maghiwalay na kayo, Hindi naman po pwedeng ganun, pero kung talaga naghihiwalay, siyempre, wala ka ring magagawa, Your only, kumbaga, ang duty is to make the best for your client, kung di ba? Kung anong makukuha niyo doon sa kanyang out of the yung kanilang predicament, yung pagkahatian kung paano to work it out. Of course, maganda rin yung merong, sabi mo, nakakatipid nga dahil yung mga elders, lalo na sa Asian community, at yun nga, yung mga ninong sa kasal o kung sino pa man na kinikilala, na ginagalang, they can work it out, Pero kung talagang hindi, syempre, kayo na.
May ninong sa kasal,
may ninong din sa divorce. Ninong din sa divorce din. Okay, tama yun. Okay, meron tayong ano, something about injury attorney, si ano yata,
I think I go first.
asa man to? Sabi, ano ba to?
Let's have a look.
Si Ranjit Somel, sabi niya, oo, Dana, you should have been my divorce lawyer 9 years ago. I think you would have made sure the system is fair. I got 0% in the end, and for this reason, I lost trust in marrying again. I can't see the point. I don't even trust the marriage pre agreements. Do these actually work? But I know not all women are bad apples, so maybe the future can be a brighter one. I thought you can't argue against being fair, but greed will make you a bitter person forever.
Correct. Yeah,
Ayan.
that is true.
Oh, agree ka sa kanya? Do you agree with him?
Uh, yes, you know what?
Partly?
I empathize. Oh, I empathize,
You empathize, okay?
Mr. Laraga, I empathize. There are instances. I'm not saying that the system doesn't work because that means that the system that I'm also part in,
Mm-mm-mm.
it has. We are trying every day to make the system work for the client. It's an imperfect system that I accept. It's not. It wouldn't. I accept na sa experience ng iba, and that's their own experience. That's Randy to experience. Who am I to say that he didn't feel that, and we should respect that. And it's right. Greed is something that really leaves a bitter aftertaste, and it makes things frustrating when one party is wanting to be reasonable and the other party is just not. Is just taking a hard stance approach, an unreasonable approach. That's very frustrating. I definitely can empathize with that. But there are good days in law. There are days when I know that the stars are aligned very very well, and nandun yung all the factors are there to give the right outcome for the right given the circumstances. Um, but who am I to say what's the right outcome? The job is to put forward what's in the best interest of the client. And yes, Ranjit, if you were my client, then equally I would bat as hard as for you. In the same vein, I wouldn't expect anything less from the person who's opposite me. So that's my two pence about it. In respect of prenup agreement, as I've said, it doesn't displace the authority, the the the, um, uh, the jurisdiction of the court. The court would still have the last say. If your prenup is reasonable, the court is highly likely to abide by it. If and hence the reason why prenup shouldn't stale. Prenup should have review checks, review provisions every 5 years, every 2 years, every time something changes the landscape of that relationship. And in the same vein, there's it's not all bad apples, both for women and for men. So we can't really generalize. I think there are imperfect situations, for good people. So and then good people find themselves making bad decisions at the end of the day. So that's just my two pence. So yeah.
Yeah, Ranjit, give love a chance. And if ever there's another bad apple, now you got your new lawyer now, Attorney Dana. No, but give love a chance.
Your
It's actually, and yeah, it's a gamble, diba? Some you would wonder how come people met only very briefly, and then they got married, and then they're very successful, they're happy,
Yeah,
diba? Sometimes
correct.
you want
Yeah,
to take the time, take the time to to
yeah,
really check on the person and everything. But there are some people who just fall in love instantly,
yeah,
and yet they've got long happy marriages, no? So, and then there are people who really scrutinize, and they're the best, best man and a
correct.
woman, very educated, have their own properties, well, very successful,
Yeah,
intelligent. Both are intelligent, and yet the marriage doesn't last. Diba? Meron ganun.
I
Diba? Mahusay na guy, very good guy, and very successful woman. Both are successful, but in their marriage, they're unsuccessful. So, So,
They're
ganun
really
talaga.
into the
But
formula. Yeah, wala talaga. You just, you know, and again, this is just my 2 pence. It's a short life. You get one chance at this. You live it the way you want to live it, Ranjit. I think no one should judge you for however you want to live it. But for me, I'd like to take a chance at living the life at best as I can. So, for me, as long as that's the criteria, then I'm fine with that. And you go live your life as how you want it to be.
yes, Ranjit, if you can live without a woman, then fine. But if you cannot live without somebody to love, then you have to go ahead. That's the you gotta you gotta take the plunge. You gotta take the chance again. Try again.
Give it your best
And
shot,
then
is
go
what
for
Mr.
go for
Larry.
dates. Go for dates, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Then
dates, yeah.
but it's a different when a person is your girlfriend or boyfriend. It's different when you're actually married. It's
Yeah,
you're in a different zone already. Like I
yeah.
don't know if you experience this, attorney, pero me, no, girlfriend boyfriend kami. We were boyfriend girlfriend, but soon as we're married, it parang it goes to a different level. Hindi parang iba na eh.
Hmm.
Hindi na yung ibang ano na eh. Parang as if
Is it because
parang
it's
strangers na
like
kayo. Parang we're from day one
different
parang
ba yung
wow.
dynamics? Different na po ba yung dynamics? Is it
Yeah,
because you're quite
yes,
sure
yes.
that you're gonna be there for the rest of your life? Does it have? Ako
I
naman
don't
yung
know. I
magtatanong
don't
sa
know.
inyo.
We were, for example, girlfriends can be boyfriends. We got married. The following day when I woke up, oh, well, I'm married. Parang iba na ang, have you heard of relationship, for example, they were living in for a long time, and then as soon as they got married, they separated after
I've
a few,
heard, yeah.
I
I
mean, mga
have
ganun
heard.
cases, brings them into a different zone, na iba na.
Do you reckon
They
it's the
were free.
pressure?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ano yan?
Do you reckon it's the pressure? Pressure po ba yan sa tingin mo? Because
I
it
don't
seems
know.
like
May
you
ganun
have to
eh.
make it work. You have to make it work pag
Oo.
married na kayo. You have, the most, it's harder to undo. Kaya parang people break
Oo,
under
siguro, baka,
pressure because
baka.
it's beauty.
Oo.
It's beauty.
That's the reason why I'm stressed tonight because of Ranjit, no? I don't know what, Ranjit, when you want to be in love, fall in love. I think he prefers Filipino girls. Yeah, that's good.
Is that the
That's good.
reason why
And he loves the Philippines, di ba? Go for
he
it,
loves
Ranjit.
Philippines? It's good for you. It's good.
He
Yeah.
loves
Yeah.
everything Filipino. I don't know if that
Yeah.
includes the women, no, as well, no? So, Ranjit, yan sige, Ranjit. Okay, asan na ba to? Yung ano, asan na ba to?
I
Okay,
love
sabi ni
advice corner.
si ano Ojami ano at pangalan to si Ojamile. I don't know if you've read this no. Marinel Hayam here. Hello Sir Sunny Attorney Dana. What's the topic today? We're talking about yung ano ba pinag-usapan natin yan?
Love
Yung
life
ano
ni
ba pinag-usapan
Ranjit.
natin?
Sorry,
Oh, love
Ranjit.
life ni Reggie. Oo, itong divorce, something about divorce, mga
Non-matrimonial.
non-matrimonial properties. Oo, yan. Tapos yung mga mingling-mingling, no? Ano ba
Single
yan?
nyo ba?
Ready, ano yung expression ng ano? Single and ready to mingle? Ano may pangalan? Di ba may ganun expression? Single and ready to
Single
mingle.
and ready to mingle, non-matrimonial
Ready to
afterwards.
mingle. Oo. Yeah. Ayan. Okay. Si Rudy, hi Sir Sunny, sabi ni Rudy Libroho. Hi Sir Sunny, lovely Attorney Dana and all kababayans watching from Belfast. Oy, thank you. Mabuhay, no? And of course, ay, teka muna, hindi natin na ilabas yun, ha? Ayan. Ayun, Sir Sunny, si Dan, ayan, sabi niya. And of course, si Darmin, siyempre si Darmin says, Kuya Sunny and legally ganda, Dana. Ba, okay pala. Para ka palang si yung composer na si Archie Dairocas, Archie D. Kailangan nila-rhyme niya eh. 'Di ba? Imbis na magmukmok, buti pang lumahok yung sa Sabado pa lang
Ayun,
lyrics
oo.
niya, no?
Sabado
Oo,
panalo.
nila-rhyme niya eh. Yes, yes. Oo, nila-rhyme niya. Danay Kuya, what's the statute of limitations ba to? O limits? Limitations, no? For personal
Limitations.
injury,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Three
Oo.
years. 3 years.
Ito. 3 years. 3 years of statute of limitations. Lost my molar. Will need 3K to fix this molar now. A dental surgery denies I was ever their patient. So suing them. Can I call Dio Valente?
Yeah,
Ayan. Si
just
Patrick.
go. Yeah, just
Mm-hmm.
go.
Patrick,
Go
no?
from
Okay. Ito si ano, sabi niya, good
Westport.
evening from West Cork, Ireland.
Ayan.
Ayan. Si ano pangalan niyan? Si Arnel
Arnel.
Valenzuela. Oo,
Si Arnel.
Arnel
Ganda ng
Valenzuela.
name.
Ang ganda ng ano. Si
Alam mo
Hazel
to?
Antan. Ayan. Hazel Antan. Ganda niya.
Alam
Very,
mo
very
yan.
pretty. Hazel Antan. Ang ganda ng may rhyme yan. Antan. No? Antan.
Hazel
Rachel
and
Antan. Ganda naman ang
dami
pangalan ni
names.
Rachel, no? Oo. Ano yan? Chinese siya? Is it a
Rachel
single name
Ango.
kaya ni ano? Rachel
Rachel
yan?
Ango. Naisip ko si Rachel Ango. Oh, taga dito po yan,
Yes.
no?
Oo. Rachel Ango,
Oo.
yeah, she's here. Yata, dito lang yata siya. She's has a British boyfriend yata. Hindi ko alam kung kinasal na yata. Nag-asawa na yata, di ba? Si Rachel Ango. O, pagka may problema siya, sabihin ko, kausapin ka, no? O, pagka may problema ka, Rachel, ha? Ang nickname niya, si ano eh. May nickname yan eh. Nakalimutan ko na yung nickname. I've interviewed her about 4 or 5 times already for GMA, no? Kasi GMA talent
Okay.
yan eh. Oo,
Alright.
GMA. Ito,
Very,
GMA.
very good. Made us proud.
GMA.
She's GMA. GMA.
Yeah.
Yes.
GMA.
GMA.
Yan, lalagyan natin ng microphone to.
And the
Diyan
more
pinapasok yung microphone. Yan, microphone.
galing.
Serbisyong totoo. Yan. Okay, marriage is a continuous courtship. It should be treated like an aged wine. The older, the better it tastes. Really?
Galing. Oh,
Oh,
galing. I
so coming
love
from Arnel.
it. Galing.
Look at that, ha?
Ayun talaga.
Oo.
May forever.
Ano masasabi mo, attorney? May, ano, forever?
May forever. That's very
Oo,
good.
grabe, no?
Very good way of looking at it. That's a very, very good way of looking at it. Tama nga naman. Kasi alagaan mo. Kahit nga yung wine, di ba, Mr. Sunny, inaalagaan din yun. You know, you have to develop
Yeah,
it in
oo.
order
Mar-
to yield a
di
good
ba?
bottle. Mm-mm.
Oo nga, di ba? Yung mga wine,
Pag-aalagaan.
yung mga bottle nga eh. Di ba? Tinatanggalan pa ng cobwebs, no? Parang talagang,
Kaya,
oo,
tapos
parang ano, di ba?
yung
Pupukpukin
barrel,
ba?
pupukpuk. Minsan, oo, may ganun. Huwag mo naman saktan yung
Ah,
asawa mo. Huwag mo naman pukpukin yung asawa. Sabi ni attorney, pukpukin ko na yung barrel ng wine.
oh, wag naman yung wine lang because age though. Kasi nga sinasabi mo, di ba, they taste better. Marriage is a continuous courtship, no? Eh baka
That's true.
kailangan tuktukin the wife. No, we're not talking about tuktukin the wife. Yung ano lang, yung barrel at yung boat. Hindi, boat hindi na
Barrel.
tutuktukin yata yan, no? Yung
No,
barrel.
no, no.
May tanong dito si ano,
Bottle. Go
may,
on.
may comment si ano, si Ranjit has a comment here. Sabi ni Ranjit, uh, Donna, thank you for your answer. Well answered. Sonny, you just made me laugh. You're right. It's hard to live without a woman. They are generally beautiful creatures. Oh, sabi niya, ano, beautiful
Bottle.
creatures. Sabi niya, maybe there is a Filipina out there. Sonny, yes, I prefer woman, of course. Ayan. Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Si Edgar Duay, very proud of you because aside from you're a legal mind expert, ayan, no? At you're a climber, ano ka pa? Parang may alam ka sa mga whiskey, no? Maski paano, naintindihan mo na, no? And
I love it.
you got your specific, you use your specific glasses, no? Glasses ba tawag yan?
Yeah.
Whiskey
It's,
glass?
a,
Is that how you call
it's a
it?
whiskey glass. It's a whiskey glass.
Whiskey
Yeah.
glass, oh. Kasi inaamoy mo pa yan. Sabi mo parang
Yeah.
bago lumabas yung ano, yung amoy, no?
Para,
Diyan, no?
para lumabas.
Oo.
And concentrated
So
para
when you drink it, kailangan close, nakasarado yung ilong mong gano'n,
hindi naman.
close,
Hindi naman ba?
aha. Hindi ba?
Paano? Paano kung mabulunan tapos ako pa yung
Oo.
ano yung mga kababayan
Oo.
natin. Nayamoy mo lang tapos
Okay.
hindi lang ang normal. But it's
Ayan.
it's sort of quite well known sa yung mga not necessarily connoisseur yung mga nakaka-appreciate. It's it's online. Meron Amazon, eBay, so online. It's everywhere. So yun, just a little trivia.
Oh, yeah, good, no? Yan, I'm showing this Ranjit's message, ay kanyang message kanina. So, yan, yung sinasabi niya na yan. And then, si Patrick, hindi ko alam kung ano yung ano. Patrick says, Kuya, ano, say forever?
Forever.
Say forever. Forever. Okay, say forever. Siguro.
Forever.
So Patrick says, Attorney Dana, with Kuya's permission, what do you think of Maginoo pero medyo ano to? Basto siguro or matino and boring? Dates mo that is ano ba? Choosing between ano, okay, Maginoo and may song kasi yung medyo Maginoo pero medyo bastos. Ano, sino kumanta na si I forgot the singer, no? Or matino and boring, no?
What?
Ganun ba yun?
What? Why not high? Why not itaas yung standard? Maginoo, matino, at interesting. Up your
Tama
standard.
naman. Pwedeng
Up
ganun.
your standard. Why are you
Oh,
lowering your standard? Up
okay.
your
Pero,
standard.
ah,
Both men
ayun.
and women.
Sa
There's
both.
no.
So, ang
Oh,
preferred talaga kailangan matino at saka interesting. Ganun siguro, no?
no, no.
Kailangan.
There's no reason why
Oo.
we should ask
Choose.
anything less. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Ranjit Somel, oops, pressed enter too early. Of course, I can't stop laughing now. Maybe you have to do a dating show. And finally, also now I have Dana as my lawyer should things go wrong. Exactly, Ranjit. Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
But
But yeah,
alam mo,
fall in
dating
love.
show,
Fall in love.
tapos press here for a prenup.
Oh, ano, attorney? Dating show and then may prenup?
Dating show, tapos press, ano ba yan, sa dating show, tapos may parang last terms and condition, would you like to add the prenup to your,
Oo, oo,
to your,
oo nga. May options, may mga choices, no? Okay. Ayan. Pero pwede na, siguro prenup. I don't know if Ranjit has done a prenup previously. What he's saying yata was he had a prenup ba? And he didn't he lost
didn't go
out
well.
more or less
Didn't
in
go well.
the negotiations. So
Yeah, I
sayang,
think
no?
whatever,
Sayang.
prenup or not, I think Mr. Laragan, I think,
Mm.
it's not the basis of kung magsasucceed man yung relationship mo. Ano lang yun, kumbaga, mga arrangement lang yun to have an easier dialogue later on. But I don't think that's the basis. It shouldn't be the basis kung magiging successful man ang relation. At the end of the day, is what we said, look, live your life according to how you want to live it, as long as alam nyo kung ano yung gusto nyo.
May got si Edgar Duway, he has a comment here. Sabi niya nung mag-GF pa lang kami ni Irene, ang intro
Mm.
ko sa kanya ay asawa ko. Nung nagpakasal na kami, introduce ko siya as GF ko. After 20 years being together, intro ko siya now as my mistress. Laughing out loud. Oo nga. Hindi, okay yan. You're spicing up your life, no? Di ba?
Oh,
Mag-girlfriend pa
yeah.
lang, sabi niyo, Mrs. ko. Di ba? Kinikilig nga si Irene, no? Na sinasabi ni Edgar na Mrs. kagad, wala pa, girlfriend pa lang. Nung mag-asawa na, my girlfriend ko. Okay. Ngayon, mistress na after 20 years. Ayan.
At
Oo.
least, di ba, ang daming, as you said, spice things up, keep things
Yeah,
interesting.
yes,
Yeah.
oo. Kagabi na
Excellent.
naoperahan niyo nga pala. Pagaling ka na, get well soon kasi yung kanyang middle finger hindi naman cast ba ang tawag doon? Yung pati middle finger may takip. Inopera kasi. Ah,
Dear. Get
may,
well soon,
inopera kasi
Eileen.
may parang cyst ba yun? Cyst yata yun. Na ano yata. So they had to operate on sa ano yun. Ayun,
Yeah.
kagabi nakausap natin. So Irene, pagaling ka agad get well soon
Get well soon.
And
Get
Edgar Duway, si Edgar, nako. Looking forward to our climbing hike. I don't know, should I call you a mountain climber attorney or mountain hiker? How do I
Oh,
classify you?
hiker, okay lang. Hiker lang po. Okay, okay yan. Okay lang yung hiking.
Ang climbing ba, ang inaano ko kasi parang, di ba, minsan may mga advertisement, yung mga parang, meron konting pickaxe ba yun? Pick na parang sa side ng mountain, no? Di ba?
Winter climbing po yun. Winter climbing. And I do rock climbing.
Winter climbing yun.
That's winter climbing.
Ah,
That's winter
rock climbing ang tawag doon? Maakit ka rin ng
Iba,
rocks? Sinusubukan mo?
it could be, but it's winter climbing. It could be, but iba din yung rock climbing. Iba din yung rock climbing. So I do a bit of rock climbing, but it's
Ah,
a bit more complicated. Kailangan mo ng rope, and you need to learn skills.
you have
Yung
to have a team? Kailangan ba ng team dyan? Kailangan ba ng team kayo?
kailangan lang,
Apat, lima kayo na?
at least a partner. Belay partner. Belay po yung tawag doon. So the person who's holding the rope dun sa baba, na ano yung life mo. Yeah, that's your belay partner. You really have to trust
Okay,
them.
okay, okay. Ayun, no, naku, delikado yan, no? Napakadelikado niya. Pero siguro, it's probably a thrill, no? Mga thrill seekers yung ginagawa, no?
It's
Di ba?
very exciting.
Naku, naku,
You
eh.
feel adrenaline, you feel very much in the moment. And then you look at the view and then you think, why am I you first think, why am I here? And then you look at the view and you say, okay, it's worth it, very much worth it.
It's worth it. Okay. Oh, kami naman, we went out, no, me and my partner, we went out. We drove last Sunday. Looking for some places, some where you could see trees na. Di ba pag when it's winter time now, di ba? Brown, golden brown, kung anong mga kulay ng mga leaves ngayon, no? But we much prefer to see yung mga trees ba na kulay pula ang leaves. I'd like to see mga red leaves eh. I don't know. Would you know of any place where we can find more in Washington D.C. when I was there? Autumn time. Yeah, you could see yung puro red. I'd like to see yung mga red leaves eh.
Red leaves, yeah. Oh, kung
Well,
may
I
mga
love the
forest,
golden. Mm,
kung may
huh?
mga forest, look up yung mga National Trust na mga park, mga
Uh,
ganon.
mm,
Parks would very much give you that yung that area. But I'll try to look for you. Maganda no,
oh,
magandang picturean, magandang i-cover.
I love the
Maganda.
reds. Marami yung mga red ano, yung pagka winter, pagka autumn time, no. Uy, ano na,
Mm,
malapit na. After this, after well, when October closes and we have November. November would be the last month technically yata ng ano ng autumn. So winter time na I don't know. Winter time na tayo, December, di ba? December, January,
yeah,
February.
yeah, winter
Oh,
time na.
palamig na ng palamig. Diyan ba sa Bedford, malamig?
Malamig po. Not so much today, pero ano na talaga, winter coat, ano na, winter coat a season na. And parating umuulan. It's very English. I don't know there. Parating everyday umuulan na.
Oh,
So
oh,
gloomy every day. Hindi ko na makikita yung
uh,
araw ng 3 buwan na uli.
it comes and goes. Eh? It comes and goes. Like when we set out to, we went to, where did we go? We went to, we went to Guilford, so just for a joyride. Okay, so
Oh,
on the way, ano na eh, very thick yung clouds, ano pa, very overcast, masyadong ano, dark clouds, no? Pero when we halfway through, no, or when we were almost there, nag-clear, umaraw. Mamaya, towards the
yeah.
end of the day, ganun na naman. Parang uulan, parang
Yeah.
makulimlim. Magulong weather sa England, no? Sa UK. So, ayun. When ikaw ba nag-ano ka? Uso ba sa babae yung thermal? Nag-thermal ka? Kasi kami mga lalaki, may thermal sa loob kami. Kunyari, may
Tama.
nakamerkana kami o kunyari, may lakad kami. Pero may thermal kami sa loob tsaka sa baba. Parang yung parang pajama na ano. Yung hindi naman pajama, parang, alam mo na yung mga thermal, di
Nakita
ba?
long
Kayo
john.
ba mga babae,
Yeah.
nag-thermal ba kayo? Do you wear thermal?
Di.
Di masyado?
Tiis ganda.
Oo nga, tis, ganda, ganyan, di ba? When I first arrived in the UK, I arrived in Frimley. Sabi ko, winter time, tapos yung mga suot nila, pang party dresses, no? Yung walang, yung, alam mo na, yung naka-black silang damit, tapos yung legs nila, very exposed, no? Pero masasanay ka siguro,
I
you'll get used to it, no?
get used
Ano
to
yan,
it.
attorney?
Yung tights lang, get, winter tights, so uh, yung parang leggings or tights sa underneath the skirt. So yun pag winter. And may warm naman may thicker version nun. And as long as yung ulo and yung gloves, meron kang a hat, may gloves ka, and may scarf. I think dun daw po, Mr. Laragan, dun nag-release yung heat natin. So if you cover that up, you're much better off. So, and ako, wala naman ako, yung ano ko lang, yung
Yung
work
pinakita
vest ko.
mo?
Yeah,
Hindi.
yeah, well, yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
Yung
you
pinakita
can
mo,
do like
pwede sa ulo yun, di ba? Oo, sa ulo,
double
sa
gloves,
leeg and every.
thing. So yeah. So
Oo.
favorite, we can do that next week. Your favorite accessory. So you get your
Oo.
scarf or your bonnet or whatever gloves. Ganun din, the same works for hiking, Mr. Laragan. Yung pinaka important areas ng body mo para hindi ka mag-lose ng heat is yung ulo mo, yung gloves, yung kamay mo, most importantly, kahit Ben Nevis, Ben Nevis is very, very, very cold. Kahit I went up July, nanghiram talaga ako
Mhm.
ng glove. Sobrang munti
Oo.
ka na ako. I really felt very, very cold. And yung neck mo,
Oo.
and double yung socks mo. So the most important to cover those areas when you're hiking, when you're running, when you're doing
Mhm.
anything exposed sa cold weather. Ayan na naman yung gear talk
Ano,
natin.
oo nga, oo nga, oo nga. Sabi ni May Tigbaw dito, rush, ano sabi niya? Rush guard shirt po ang ginagawa kong thermal clothes to make me warm. Ano yun?
Oh, that's good.
Rush guard shirt?
Yeah,
Oo.
that's good.
Teka muna, hindi ko na ilabas yun ah. Sandali,
Sige.
ilabas natin. Ayan. Rush guard, yan, shirt po ang ginagawa kong thermal clothes. Oh, ayan.
Thanks.
So, meron din palang ginagamit siyang pang thermal. Okay, sabi ni Ranjit na, okay, Dana, you can write my dating profile with the legal wordings and terms and conditions, but I still need to be a gentleman and treat the
I
ladies
can
well. Sonny, we forgot about today's quiz. Oo nga, wala tayo. Last week, we had this, the center point, middle point of England ba? Was that the question
yeah,
last week? What is
American.
the, oh,
Yeah.
oh, sabi niya, yeah, sabi, but still, sorry, we forgot about today's quiz, but still laughing and can't think of a question. Good. We all had a little laughter this evening, well, which is good, no? Maganda naman. It's nice.
Happy
Patrick is
Tuesday.
asking our, oh, happy Tuesday. Yes, yes. He's asking about our celebrity, Brit celebrity crush. Ayan. Ako, meron akong celebrity crush when I was a bit younger. Not younger, but have you heard of Deborah Winger? There was this movie that Urban Cowboy. Baka di mo narinig, no? Urban Cowboy. Ang celebrity crush ko, ako na lang mauna muna, attorney. When I was young, I saw this film called yung Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Have you heard of it? Yung film si Franco Zeffirelli. It's a film by si ang actress to si Olivia Hussey and Leonard Whiting yata, no? And crush na crush ko si ano doon, si Olivia Hussey. Yung ano, siya si gumaganap na Blessed Virgin Mary. Olivia Hussey, check out the movie Romeo and Juliet. Tapos, that was my first crush, no? Kung nung bata ako. And my second crush was Deborah Winger in the movie Urban Cowboy. So Deborah
Yeah.
Winger together with John Travolta. Yan. So gustong-gusto ko, ang ganda-ganda ni Deborah Winger doon sa movie na yun, in that particular movie. So, ayan. Meron din pala movie si, ano, pero Deborah Winger, an officer and a gentleman ba to? With Richard Gere. No, and,
Oh, I think I've heard. Yeah, I've heard of
yeah,
that. Yeah, definitely heard
but
of
I
that.
like her more in that movie, yung Urban Cowboy.
Urban
Ayan.
Cowboy. Yeah.
Sa,
There.
oo,
Thank you.
sabi,
I'll look
sabi,
it up. I'll look it up.
sana, okay, teka muna. Ikaw ba, may celebrity crush ka ba, attorney?
I don't know if you heard Matt Bomer. I've watched his series na White Collar. He's absolutely. Ang ganda lang ng ano niya, ang ganda ng mukha niya, and yung piercing
Mm-hmm.
eyes niya is yung very, very, kumbaga, ang dinis, ang ganda ng eyes. So, Matt Bomer,
Anong,
White
How do
Collar,
you spell it? How do you spell his surname? Matt, M-A-T-T, and then you Bomer, B-O-W-N-E-R?
M-E, opo, B-O-M-E-R. Yeah.
B-O-W-M-E-R. Oh, Bomer.
Ano,
Matt
M-E-R,
Bomer.
B-O-M-E-R, M-E-R. Bomer.
Okay, okay. Ano yan? TV series yan? Yung kanyang, yung actor na yan?
Yeah,
It's a TV
matagal na po
series?
yan. Wala na ata sa ano, nasa Netflix lang siya noon eh. Ang ganda
Okay,
lang.
okay.
Ay, nakakatuwa yung character niya din doon sa ano, sa White Collar.
Right.
It was extremely, it's amusing.
Okay.
It's very good character. Yeah.
Ito, sabi ni
Okay.
Edgar, use cold gear ng Under Armour. Mas okay, di ka lalamigin. Ayan.
That's
Under
right.
Armour, ano yan? Is that a brand name o ano?
Yeah. Parang ano.
Brand name.
Sports
Okay,
gear.
at least alam natin. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Ayan, well.
Hi, Edgar. Evening, Alexandra and Irene.
Ayun, oh, mabuhay kayo, no? Mabuhay. Good evening, good evening. Okay, well. Teka muna. Tingnan ko lang din sa gilid kung meron pa tayong additional questions lang, no? Yung mga pagbati ng ating mga kasamahan. Ayan. Okay, right. Okay, sige. Well, I guess yun na muna ating napag-usapan. So, attorney, baka meron kang mga mga last minute na gustong yung nais pa idagdag, baka may nakaligtaan ka. Go right ahead. Or may mga shout outs or anything or any messages because we're gonna see you on the first Tuesday of November na, no? Di ba?
Yes, that's right.
So
That's
that's gonna
right.
be on the 3rd of November. Ang bilis. O baka may mga mensahe ka dahil aabot pa tayo ng weekends or anything. Ano ba mga plano? Are there any plans for the weekend or of course work during the week, no? And then medyo busy kayo.
Yeah, medyo busy. Just speaking of work, we launch DANNA. We launch our website bago. It's quite fresh at the moment because we first launched
Uy, talaga?
our yung branding namin. So and it's going to be refreshed much more these days. So have a look at that. It's much more interactive and makikita mo yung mga stories namin. So have a look at that and have a look at that weekly as well because it's changing.
Uy, oo nga.
We're trying to keep it updated too. So yeah, if you've got time, visit bbsolicitors.com. We work very
Ito,
hard.
pakita natin. Teka muna. Okay,
Ganda
sorry
naman ng
about that.
feedback.
Ito na yan. Ayan. Oh, ito may online chat attorney ha, so they can chat with you, guys. Ayan, po pwede na. Ayan, nakikita mo ba?
Yeah,
Ayan,
I
so
can
po
see
pwede.
it.
So, yan, tama-tama, divorce, pinag-uusapan, divorce law.
Yes, then
Oh,
there's a
wow.
homepage for natin. Yeah. May
Okay.
videos, may mga that
Yours
Chanel.
legally, ito na. Parang attorney, Sino yan? Sino to? Si Tarik? Tarik ang surname niya? Who's this?
Numbers.
Ayan. We would like to see where you are. Yung picture mo, syempre, no? Andito ka ba?
About if you go down dun sa sa
About
homepage,
us.
our team, yeah.
Ayan, okay. Ito. Who we are, yan. It's a forward-thinking firm. We are ambitious and excitable for our bright future. Ayan. Okay. Ito yung mga main partners ninyo, no? The team.
And
Si Kamar
yeah.
how do you pronounce it? Reman?
Ramon, yeah.
Reman. Mr.
Dr.
Keith Botongo. Ayan. Dr.
Oh,
Keith
Dr. B.
Botongo.
Dr. B.
Okay. And then, ayan. Ito na.
Sino ba yung it's somewhere there.
Ayun. Ito ba ang team nyo? Is this the team?
Yeah, no, there's more out there. There's more
But it's a total total revamp or redesign, no?
there's more
Oo,
of
from
our
we are sponsors of the Bedford town.
yeah.
Oo.
If you look at the homepage, it's in the homepage, yung mga profile namin. As I've said, the other oops.
Parang wala to, parang iba ang where's the homepage?
Hindi pa na wala ako.
We
Oops. Kanina. If you
where,
go
where
back, right. That's it.
ayan
If you go down,
Ayan.
there's a video. If you go down, yep, that's it.
Ayan.
Videos, if low,
Okay.
well, if you go down, yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yours.
opening video. If you go down
Oh,
as well,
go down, pare, go down.
or words keep
Ayan.
updated. Practice areas. There's a team there. I saw it earlier. Sharing the love. Wow, trust. Yep, there we are.
Ayan, ba? Ito naman, attorney, ha? Wow. Ayan. Head of Litigations and Family Services, ba? Kasing level, nandun ka na. Wow. Oh, kita mo naman, ha? Ito ba yung picture mo nasa bus? Hindi ito.
Hindi po. Hindi po.
Hindi ito. Ayan, ganda, no? Okay.
May mga
Ayan, yung direct number mo.
It's not 20 years.
Big
It has
Quinto.
to be updated. That's a typo. But there is going to be updated in the next few weeks yung mga bio namin. So next week we'll have a look again. We'll have an updated bio, all of us. So but the main page
Okay.
has been
Galing,
has been launched. But a complete, as you
Okay.
said, it's a complete revamp.
Oo nga, maganda, no? about us, contact us. Galing, eh? Galing.
Yeah, so there
So
we go.
you're saying that this is about 90 to 95% parang finished kasi 'di ba sabi mo may mga
Yeah,
updatings
it's
pa
nearly
ng
there. It's
konti na
nearly,
lang.
and it's yeah, it's
Siguro.
nearly there. It's going to be refreshed as well. Once it's finished,
Bong,
we're quite keen to keep it
mukhang
updated all the time. So
ayan no.
that
So 9 to 5:15 yan ang inyong
I
opening
see.
hours. 11
Yeah.
Lurk Street, Bedford, no? Ayan.
We have
So
also a London Luton office sa Luton near Luton Airport Parkway. So there's another branch as well now. Not there yet.
ito Luton, no? So malapit lang Luton, no? Stevenage, St.
Yeah,
Albans.
malapit na.
Uh,
Yeah.
if you travel to London, how long does it take you by train, for example? If one has to travel from London to
Yung,
Bedford, ilang gaano katagal
yung,
yan?
yung Bedford is about, I think about 40, no, about 40 to 50 minutes kung direct. Yung Luton
Mhm.
is nearer than that, probably about 30 minutes, 36 minutes. So,
Mhm.
we can see clients in London Luton as well. But I'm based in Bedford. Yeah, there we
Okay,
are.
well, it's nice, huh? So these are your new developments, no, no, sa Deo
Yeah,
Volente
yung Luton office
Solicitors.
ko. Yung Luton nandun. But yeah, no,
Ayan.
that's Shamel.
Ang mga artista to, attorney, eh. Sino ba to? Sa a trainee legal worker, Tarik. Siya okay. Ayan. All right. Okay, well, divorce. Pagka magdi-divorce ko kayo, ayan, may family law expert ang Deo Volunteer DV Solicitors. Your win is our win. Ayun, oo.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Naku, nakakatuwa naman at lumalaki, maano ang Deo Volunteer Solicitors. And we're so proud. Ka-level ka
Yeah,
na, we're so proud. Ka-level ka na nilang yung mga partners. Andun ka na sa first line, ha? So,
thank you.
mahusay. Mahusay. Nasa first line is attorney. Kita mo naman. So,
So
yeah, sige, attorney, may dagdag pa.
watch the space. There's a lot of exciting things that's gonna happen. As we said, we're upping our games to legal tech and all of that. So there's lots more of exciting developments in the next few weeks and months. So we'll keep you updated dito sa Legal Advice
Wow,
Corner. Something
saludo.
quite brewing.
Nako, kaya talagang legally yours, no? Attorney Dana. So, thank you, attorney, ha? Wala ka bang shoutout pa? Baka may mga friends kang gusto batiin lang.
Shout out sa lahat lang ng kababayan natin na nasa tier 3, tier 2, they're talking about tier 4 as well. I just want to say,
Oh, really, ha? Tier 4, ha? Oh, okay.
I'm sure nag-iingat kayo. Keep safe, keep well, keep looking out for each other, and to you as well. Tier 2 ka pala, Mr. Laragan, so I hope everything's
Sa
well. Keep
London?
safe kayo.
Oo,
Tier 2
oo.
kayo.
Kayo, anong tier kayo? Anong tier kayo? Anong
Yeah,
tier
tier
kayo?
1.
One? Buti
Tier
kayo at least, no? Okay. So you haven't got any problems doing your long walks, no? Walang problema. Okay,
1. Thank
that's
you.
good. That's good. Yes. Oh,
Alright.
tama. That's nice of you naman to remind our kababayans who are in tiers, yung mga tiers 2 and 3, no? Na mag-ingat. And there's talk, like you said, na tier 4. So, ibig sabihin, we're not getting any better. Although there's talk and hash talk na there's a vaccine being trialed now, no? Sa ating, medyo ano pa yan. Medyo lumalabas na yan. Yan ang napapag-usapan. Sana we can have that. And they're saying that the UK research is, parang sort of the best research amongst the people who are trying to get this, no? Parang it's a race to having this vaccine, no? Out. Oh, sige. Well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Siyempre, of course, maraming salamat sa inyong, sa ngalan ho ni Attorney Dana Quinto, no? At maraming salamat ho sa inyong lahat na nagsubaybay, no? Yung ating mga regulars and those who are new viewers of the program. So, sana yung huwag kayo magsawang subaybay dito sa aming program and be part of our program. So, week in, week out ho, no? Make it a date. Make it a happy Tuesday at 8 o'clock every Tuesday. So we'll see you the next Tuesday. If you want to be happy, always be with us on a Tuesday at 8 p.m. That's Attorney Dana and yours truly. So we'll see you again. Till then, this is Sunny and Dana saying thank you very much for keeping us company. Whatever you do, guys, stay safe, healthy, And whatever you do, hit it with your best shot. Good night.
Right.